Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to a new episode of Doki Doki. This is part 11. Thank you so much for joining me, and let's go ahead and get it. So, yesterday we left off, we were supposed to read our poems to either Monica or Natsuki, and I think we're going to start off with Natsuki, and then let's see what happens. I told Natsuki I wasn't interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Jay, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort in this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not even very good, but yeah, I put effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Alright, here we go. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. So, this is almost the exact same poem that we wrote the first time. Little weird, but okay. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. I'm actually curious to see how much of this is really going to change, because a lot of the dialogue that we're reading and what we just read in that poem were exactly the same as the first go around. I don't know. I'm trying to stick with it and see what happens. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things is really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up the rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess you went into... I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Sure. I guess not. I decided to humor her with one last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Alright, time to show it to Monica. Hi, Jay. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything, we can do better. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow than until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Don't worry, Jay. We're a little embarrassed today, aren't you? You know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Good job, Jay. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort in. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just total detached from reality. I don't mean that like a bad thing though, but sometimes I get impressed that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head, it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strong. Like earlier, I think she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back! Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it.
There's nothing to read.
Siri's always listening in on my conversation. Alright, so Hole in the Wall is the exact same. I think it's the exact same one. Alright, let's read it. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes could no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems that fall flat sheet on paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe, desperate before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. Here, right here. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. That was kind of cool. I don't remember actually reading that one. It's very fair form. Very free form. Is that what you call it? Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strong. Maybe after one is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on specific points. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper. Tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, I guess we gotta show Yuri our poem. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Hey, what's that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary metaphor indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that you're usually typical of with new writers. And having been through it myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing is I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form it to fit the two together. The end result is both, and the style expressions are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's all if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It may take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright, so today we got Ghosts Under the Light. I remember Yuri's handwriting being terrible. I can't forget it. Alright, here goes nothing. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withhold the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, claim, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickens, I flicken black. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. No, it didn't. Well, I just read script. I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In that case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let the past go, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn than putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Jay. Me too. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me by my mediocre writing abilities. Even they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch them for their expressions and change. Natsuki's eyebrow furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with that language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I were looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Jay did too. So based on that, I'm gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I didn't expect it to change anytime soon unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Jay liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested to trying to express our new member, Yuri. That's not what... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous and Jay appreciates my advice than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I were full of myself, I wouldn't be deliberately go out my own way to make everything I do over cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size as bigger as Jay started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own securities on others like that. You're really active as long as you look, Natsuki. Oh, what the fuck's going on? Me? Look who's talking. You want to be edgy, bitch? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can cover your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong in your head? Yeah, go on. Let Jay hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she noticed I was standing there. Jay, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dragged into this? Whoa, I have no idea what that just said, but I'm taking Yuri's side, I guess. They're not giving me Yuri's side, but I'm taking it anyway. This is so crazy. Monica, what are you doing, bitch? So it's so weird because without Sayori, these girls are just at each other's throats and no one's there to stop them. Even when Monica tried to step in, she just got pushed to the side. Hey Jay, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better off for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they've done yelling. Oh my god, that was crazy, y'all. Some president I am, right? I can't even comfort my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put a foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be more happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out the classroom. Oh, she's crying. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki or did. Jay, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm not sure how Natsuki will forget about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around or something, Yuri. No, it's not like that. It's not. I didn't go get much of a chance to discuss my book with Jay. It would be just so embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have no choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but fuck me. Oh, what just happened? Holy crap, we just skipped right over to the poem like we didn't even get to have our conversation with Yuri. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, back to picking some shit, y'all. Let's go with Heaven Sent. I have no idea what the fuck that says. Tenacious. We're going back with death. We're going with all crazy shit that we didn't do the first time. And it's so funny, man. Without Sayori, these girls are just at each other's throats. Damn. This is crazy. Disoriented. Explode. Contamination. Existence. I have no idea what meager even means. So let's pick it. Tragedy. Intellectual. Eternity. We're making some crazy picks here. Disarray. Misery. Graveyard. Agonize. Let's go with agonizing. Unrestrained. Fatality. Grief. Anxiety. And last but not least, bouncy. That actually sounds like a good one. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past few days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Jay. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over the shoulder, looking around the classroom. Natsuki's reading a manga at her desk. And surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. Ooh, it's the first time we're actually seeing this. About yesterday. I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry so much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing our poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person, and now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Jay, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around. Sorry, what I'm saying is right now, Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't seen her either, huh? Yuri is clearly taken back by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Geez, this isn't her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but be worried. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just want to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of those things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? That's fucking weird. But, oh my god. Midbull, Sailcloths, Blind Sight, Lifeline, Annan, Faultlessly Offered, Scrumlant, what? Catholic Kate? Yo, look at that face though. She looks so ridiculous. I'll accept your apology anyway, it helps if you feel better. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall, so to be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was still practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Ah, don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I'll be practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Ah, well thanks Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Monica looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Jay. Monica smiles sweetly. I have to say I've been chasing Yuri a lot, but Monica's kind of hot too. I didn't mean to put any pressure on you like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki was already run off into the closet. Jay. Since your compliments put me in such a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time reading together today. I mean in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the water filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me water, a pitcher, and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down to the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical.